Severe storms striking the majority of the state today, from tornado warnings in the eastern plains to heavy rain and hail in the metro and beyond. Denver 7 is staying on top of it all.
Check out just how big the hail was in Milliken this morning. Between golf ball and baseball sized chunks. Those are just huge. Wow, especially compared to the hand there.
Yikes.
Thanks to our viewers for sharing these photos with us, really giving us an idea of the size of this hail.
Waking up to a nightmare. We have team coverage for you tonight, tracking the damage ahead of the next round of storms. Meteorologist Danielle Grant is timing those out for us tonight.
But first, let's get to Denver 7's Veronica Acosta live in the Loveland community along the I-25 corridor. Veronica, you saw some of the worst damage nearby.
Over at Milliken, actually, they got hit twice. Once overnight by those multi-inch hailstones, and then again, you guys, just a couple of hours ago. Rain, thunder, lightning, even hail pummeling communities along I-25 Tuesday for a second time.
Then all of a sudden I heard clunk, 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 clunk.
An overnight storm wreaking havoc on communities like Milliken.
I'm like, oh, this can't be good. This can't be good.
Brianna Thomas is one of the many residents who woke up to 2-inch hailstones and the damage they left behind.
It felt like somebody was throwing like a baseball or like a pool cube on top of the house. And then I immediately thought, oh my God, my windshields. I hope my windshields are okay.
Her car's back windshield shattered, taillight broken, other vehicles' windshields cracked, and her roof now in need of an assessment.
That was pretty severe.
Her top concern Tuesday, the incoming second round of severe weather and the fixes she's going to have to make.
So I did call insurance about the auto, and I only have liability, so it's not covered. And you know, it's little things like this that make you think about the kind of coverage you have, and maybe you should up it.
Carol Walker with the Rocky Mountain Insurance Association says her biggest piece of advice for Coloradans is to know what's covered in their policy and what isn't.
How much insurance do I have? And then on that vehicle, so critical for us in Hale Alley to have that optional comprehensive coverage on that car. That's what's going to cover you for hail damage, even flood damage.
Advice that comes a little too late for Thomas, but some she'll keep in mind for next time.
We didn't, expect hail like this, but, it's always unpredictable. We'll get through it.
But hey, things much calmer now. We know they could change very quickly, though. Let's check in with Denver 7 meteorologist Danielle Grant.
You guys, we are getting these storms finally pushing off to the eastern plains. Nothing severe at the moment, but they are still fairly strong. Also, that severe thunderstorm watch that we had to deal with early this morning and again this afternoon has now expired for the I-25 corridor. It will continue until 7 p.m. for Colorado Springs, Pueblo, and south toward Trinidad and La Junta. This is this cluster of thunderstorms I'm talking about. Again, nothing severe at this moment. Heavy rains, a whole lot of lightning out there, and maybe a little bit of hail just beginning to develop out there in rural counties. Back here in the metro area, we have some cloud cover. I am tracking a few lingering showers just starting to race off the foothills yet again, heading toward Fort Collins. It looks like the threat for seeing any of these storms turning severe is over. Look at how cool the temperatures are. We're in the 50s at this 5 o'clock hour. Still pretty warm in the 70s down south with a bit more instability down there. They still are looking at those stronger thunderstorms. The storms also coming with some very strong winds, 30 to 40 mile per hour gusts around Sterling and Akron. You can just see the humidity out there. You walk outside, it feels kind of muggy. We're in that 80th percentile here in Greeley and Denver, a far cry from it in Telluride and Durango as they are looking at high fire danger. Severe thunderstorms tracking off to the east into Nebraska and Kansas tonight. Warmer, drier conditions on tap for us as early as tomorrow. And then I am tracking some potential record heat. We'll chat more about that in just a few minutes.